Little Cub TV, present the amazing life and speed of ostrich. Birds are commonly found any parts of the world. Birds have a unique digestive system that allows them to eat when they can, usually on the fly, and digest later. They use their beaks to grab and swallow food. Even the way a bird reproduces is related to flight. Instead of carrying the extra weight of developing young inside their bodies, they lay eggs and incubate them in a nest. Birds are vertebrate animals adapted for flight. But some birds cannot fly. One of them is the ostrich. Explore life in a herd of the world's largest birds. Get to the root of the question, do ostriches really bury their heads in the sand? The ostrich is the giant of the bird world. Common name, ostrich. Scientific name, Struthiocamelus. Type, birds. Diet, omnivore. Average lifespan in captivity, 30 to 40 years. Size, 7 to 9 feet. Weight, 220 to 350 pounds. Size relative to A6ft man. The ostrich used to be called the camel bird. Like a camel, it has a long neck and a humping walk, and can go for a long time without water. The male has a glossy black body and white wing and tail plumes. The female is dull gray and white. Legs and neck are mostly bare. Birds like ostriches and kiwis have feathers all over their bodies, unlike flying birds, whose feathers grow in patches. Ostriches have large eyes with long black eyelashes. The beak is quite flat. An ostrich has only 2 toes on each foot, and one of them is much larger than the other. On this toe is a short toenail, something like a hoof. Ostriches eat plants and small animals. They like to travel with herds of antelope or zebras and other grass-eating animals. The hoofed animals stir up little creatures that the ostrich likes to eat. The other animals like to have ostriches with them. The tall birds can see for miles in the flat country where they live. They can see danger coming a long way off. When the ostrich runs, the other animals know they should run too. An ostrich can run faster than most horses. A large ostrich will sometimes take steps 25 feet long. When an ostrich runs, it spreads its wings out to help it keep its balance. Its wings are too small for flying. Some people think that a long time ago ostriches had strong wings and could fly, but they stopped flying so their wings got smaller and smaller. But lions live where ostriches do. It is hard to believe that ostriches would have stopped using their wings for flying if they had ever been able to do so. An ostrich family includes a male and 1 or more females. The females all lay their eggs in one nest and may take turns incubating them in the daytime. They don't have to keep them warm, though. They spread their wings over them to shade them from the sun. When a female ostrich is on the nest, she may lay her head and neck on the ground in front of her. That way, an enemy looking at her from a distance might mistake her for a bush. The male takes over at night, when there is more danger that other creatures might try to steal the eggs. The baby ostriches are covered with very stiff down and look more like porcupines than birds. When they are first hatched they are about the size of chickens, but are almost as large as their parents in 6 months. In many countries, ostriches have been raised for their plumes. Some have been tamed and harnessed to little carts so children could ride. Current population trend, decreasing. The flightless ostrich is the world's largest bird. They roam African savanna and desert lands and get most of their water from the plants they eat. Speed and movement. Though they cannot fly, ostriches are fleet, strong runners. They can sprint up to 43 miles an hour and run over distance at 31 miles an hour. They may use their wings as rudders to help them change direction while running. An ostrich's powerful, long legs can cover 10 to 16 feet in a single stride. These legs can also be formidable weapons. Ostrich kicks can kill a human or a potential predator like a lion. Each 2-toed foot has a long, sharp claw. Herds and reproduction. Ostriches live in small herds that typically contain less than a dozen birds. Alpha males maintain these herds, and mate with the group's dominant hen. The male sometimes mates with others in the group, and wandering males may also mate with lesser hens. All of the group's hens place their eggs in the dominant hen's nest, though her own are given the prominent center place. The dominant hen and male take turns incubating the giant eggs, each one of which weighs as much as 2 dozen chicken eggs. Behavior and diet. Contrary to popular belief, ostriches do not bury their heads in the sand. The old saw probably originates with one of the bird's defensive behaviors. At the approach of trouble, ostriches will lie low and press their long necks to the ground in an attempt to become less visible. Their plumage blends well with sandy soil and, from a distance, gives the appearance that they have buried their heads in the sand. Ostriches typically eat plants, roots, and seeds but will also eat insects, lizards, or other creatures available in their sometimes harsh habitat.